Welcome back for another review. So what we're taking a look at this evening is the Unik 150 by Luxyoun. I believe it's pronounced Luxyoun. So what this is then is 150 watt variable wattage mod. It's supposed to have a Yihi SX1500 in there, but I can't find any information on the actual SX1500 chip because it's fairly new, and I believe it's going to be, I believe it's like the OEM side, so they'll probably not advertise on the website. So the whole box itself is made out of red wood, which has been sanded to a nice smooth finish, and then it's been varnished on the top. If you want to get hold of one of these, this one was sent on from Angelfiremods.co.uk for me to review, and they're currently selling them for £74.99. So it's a single battery mod that features step up, step down technology, and will fire from 0.3 up to 3 ohms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a vape, and then we'll go down up close and take a look. So that's a 0.3 build at 150 watts. As you can see, it is chucking the vapour out. And I will just say at the start of the video that this, in my opinion, outperforms the Cloudport T8. So with that being said, let's go down to the close-up. Here we have the Unik 150, and as I always do, we shall take a look around the box. So it's made by Luxyoun, that's the company, and the mod itself is called the Unik, and they do 4 versions: a 30 watt, 50 watt, 100 watt, 150. So as you see, this is the 150 watt. So not much on the box. We've got the luxyounecig.com website, and underneath we've got a QR code and some standard stamps or warnings or whatever you want to call them, and a description. So now it is a little bit misleading because it says power supply and charging, but you can't charge the unit through the USB. So it's a single battery, 0.3 to 3 ohm load, and the static current is 4.2 volts. And that's pretty much what it tells you on the box. So we'll pull the outer sleeve off, and then it comes in a hard plastic shell. Got an instruction booklet, which, to be honest, it's very, very basic, and the English is not very good. But if you want to read it, go ahead. You're also going to receive your little blue screwdriver, a USB charge cable. Well, it's not for charging. Basically, there will be software updates, and it has to be done through the lead with the USB. It will not charge through the USB. And then we have the Unik, and just underneath that we have a certificate which is stuck to the foam, QC pass certificate. So we'll move the box out of the way, we'll take this out of the plastic bag, and then we shall move the packaging out of the way. So there you can see at the front we've got the screen with the Luxyoun 150 watt, and it is wood, everywhere it's wood. It's not just a veneer on the outside, it is made from wood. So we've got, it has been finished really nicely. It's nice and smooth, and I believe it's like a matte or semi-gloss varnish that's been put on this. Got the USB on the front. As I say, it is for software update. We have the buttons on the side. Now, people who are used to like a Hannah box or even a Z&A, how the buttons are really clicky. These are a little softer and they've got less throw. Same with the fire button. And they are, I believe, they're chrome plated. I don't think they are stainless steel. I could be wrong. Around the back we've got 2 screws for the door. I wish it would have been magnetic, but especially as it doesn't charge through the USB. Got nothing on the bottom, nothing on that side, and then we've got a Fat Daddy style 510 connection, which is adjustable. So you've got the screw in the middle, and that is reverse threaded to adjust. So screw that back down, and it is a copper contact. So what we'll do then is we'll take the back door off. So as I say, we've just got these 2 screws. And then there's a tab just at the bottom to help lift the door off with. And then inside you can see again all the solid wood. So this piece is glued down on top of where your chip is. And then you've got your single 18650 battery sled. So we'll just chuck a battery on in there. Don't worry if you get your battery in backwards, it does have built-in reverse battery protection. And then put the screws back in. So just to show you a nice close-up view of the redwood itself. And as you can see, it is finished worked really well. It's a really nice box. Right, so then we'll take you through some functions. So it's 5 clicks to switch it on. Oh, it's already switched on from putting the battery in, so I've just locked it. So it's 3 clicks to lock, 3 clicks to unlock. There we go. Takes a while to get used to the throw of the button because it is a very small throw on the button. So on the screen we've got the ohms. Obviously there's no atomizer on there at the moment, that's why it's XX. We've got a puff counter at the top. The screen doesn't flicker, it's just picking it up on the camera. So we'll have the voltage that's being pushed for the set wattage, your voltage that's left in your battery, your puff counter, and the seconds you was taking a pull on it for. So the up and down buttons for wattage up, wattage down, and they are full watt increments. And it's really nice and quick to use. So then to get into the menu, it's 5 clicks. So we've got power, and it does have gravity sensing, so you tilt it one way, tilt it a bit further, it goes a bit faster, tilt it the other way and it goes back down. Now personally I am not a fan of the gravity sensors, but each to their own, and if some people find it makes things easy for them, then that's what they should do. So then to set your power, you click the power button, and then we come on to your puff counter. So you tilt it one way to clear it, or the other, so you'll tilt it either way and it'll clear your puff counter. So then we click it again and we've got system on. So if you tilt it left, it's going to turn it off. The Luxyoun logo when it boots up, SX1500. We'll go back into settings, 2 clicks, and we're back to system, and then if you tilt it right, it will exit. So we have atomizer short protection built in. We have low voltage protection, so if the battery drops below a safe voltage, which is generally 3.2 to 3.4 volts, varying with different manufacturers, it'll not fire under them voltages. It'll also not fire if it can't deliver the voltage or watts. So say your battery is, so say the cutoff is 3.2 volts, which this one is, and you are literally 3.3 volts and still trying to push 150 watts, it will say low voltage, because it can't push the voltage to the wattage that you require. So voltage, so low battery protection, low voltage firing protection, reverse battery protection, and short protection. So they're what we've got built in. As far as I'm aware, there's no overheat protection. I've not had any warnings come up saying the device is getting too hot. So we can fire from 3 point, oh yeah, so there will be a warning if the build is below 0.3. So we can fire from 0.3 up to 3 ohms. And so what we'll do is I'll just take the Wotofo Freak Show. So it reads it really quickly. So 0.3 to get us 65 watts, it'll give us 4.4 volts. Now there is a very short delay, but it's not a big one. So at 0.3 volts, at 0.3 ohms, which is the couple where it's going to fire, it's going to give you 6.7 volts. So if we say take a different atomizer, such as a square bar, it would be putting 10.9 volts through it to get to 150 watts. I wouldn't fire a square bar at 150 watts. To be honest, you're just going to ruin your build. But so at 0.8 ohms, then it'll push 10.9 volts. Now I don't actually have anything built higher than a 0.8, so I can't show you. But from what I'm seeing is it's going to probably go up to 10 or 12 volts depending on your build. In fact, bear with me. Let me... Right, no, so it goes even higher than that with the step up. So 1.6 ohm coil, it will give you 15.4 volts to get up to 150 watts with the step up technology. So the step up does seem to work really well, but it doesn't tell you in the instructions what the maximum voltage will be, will step up to. But yeah, so that's pretty much the up close and all the features with the Unik. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back up top and I will give you some final thoughts on it. That was the up close with the Unik 150, and at the moment I've got the Freak Show sat on top of there, which I have got my top cap up on the wrong way. I will say this is a really good atomizer for you flavour chasers out there. And so as you saw at the beginning of the video, it does vape pretty well. And that's what I was saying, the same build on a Clarpor T8 didn't seem to give us put out as good as what this does. It's been really consistent while I've been using it, and yeah, so I mean, my thoughts on this are I absolutely love the wood. Anything wood I've always been a fan of, but yeah, there are things that I would change. Sorry, I just need to get this light right. And so yeah, a few things are I would have preferred up to say 80, 100 watts to have the wattage increase in 0.1 increments, and I would have liked the buttons to be either a little, so get a little more feedback because they are a lot softer, so I would have either preferred them to be a little more clicky or just had a bit more of a throw. But that's my only complaints with it. I really do like the device, especially for 75 quid. Would I pick a Clarpor T8 over this for the same sort of money, or a T6? Nah, not a chance. It's just, especially with the SX chip. I'm not even have to take a big pull on there. So yeah, I really can't fault the device. I mean, my other niggles really are more, you know, the instructions are just, they're not English. They're English, but not English that's readable to us English. Let me see if I can find a good example. So we'd say, so the screen has blah 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 blah. In the book, the ignition, they can display the battery level, output voltage, output resistance on the screen. You know, I'm not knocking it, don't get me wrong. Well, I'm knocking the instructions, I'm not knocking the mod, but I wish the instructions had been a little bit more clear, especially for people who have just made the jump up to something like this and want to know all the ins and outs. But hey, it's not going to kill the sale. That's just me being a little bit more finicky than normal, I suppose. But I mean, overall, like I say, I really do love the mod. The battery, even though it's only a dual battery and it's got that step up, I didn't actually realise it'd step up as high as it does because I've only really dripped on it. I haven't really put a tank on there, especially not something like a Nautilus, which is I can't remember the last time I vaped at home on anything, whether it be Squabe, K-Fun, Rose V2. All my tanks are below an ohm. Some are 0.6, some are 0.8, some are literally just tilting on the ohm range. So the fact it can step up to such a high voltage and it still gives off really good battery life is a definite thumbs up. So that was the Unik then, guys. I'm going to take another quick vape. And yeah, it does perform really, really well. So that's it from me and the Unik. I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching, and a big thank you to all the people who keep watching, keep subscribing to the channel, and I shall be back again very soon with another review. Thanks very much, guys.